I think we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Palmisano here. I hope you're having a great day. I'm getting pumped for the Cornell show on Monday. I did not expect to be able to go, but here we are. A lot of things transpired, and I am absolutely excited and floored that I'm going to be able to go. If any of you out there are able to go, please let me know. I would love to meet up and meet some of you in person. So on that note, I wanted to do something completely different. I wanted to come on here and do a live deep dive and invite you all to send some of your favorite versions of either Jerry or John doing Sugaree, and see if we can't figure out some key takeaways, some things that we can work on and kind of grab from and work on our own time, right? Try to see if we can get in the mind of the player and see how the tune can be approached in different ways. On that note, I'm going to do something special too, which I almost never do, is I'm going to do a one-day little flash sale for a live stream. So if any of you out there are, want to take a deep dive on all my lessons and courses, you can use the promo code Sugaree to get 40% off everything on GuitarGate. And that's it. Mods, thanks for all you do. Good to see you, Thomas. You got Tom. You got Get Weird, Jocko, Fishing, Heavy is the Crown, Jim and Jesse, all the friends are here. So as I do it with all the deep dives, I like to start with the actual studio version because this is the inception, so it kind of puts you in the mind of the studio player and what Jerry was trying to accomplish. So while I'm going through this, if you have a particular version from a certain show and you have a timestamp, that would be great. You can drop it in the comments, and I will do my best to dig it up in real time. That's it. So let's jump into a little Sugaree here. And this first one, again, from the studio version, let's see where we can find the solo. Real quick, your tonality here, for anybody unsure, you're in B mixolydian, if you will. You got B, to E major. The little different chords that pass by, you got a C sharp minor with an A major. So if you have an E, an A, and a B, that would be a 1, 4, 5 in E major. C sharp would be your 6. So if you're focusing on the B, that puts you firmly in B mixolydian. It just means we're taking all the notes from the E major scale, but we're choosing B to be our place of resolution. That's our home base. So as far as the scale goes, it's just B major all day, but then you have a flat 7, so you have an A instead of an A sharp in there. Let's find the lead here.
It's just one thing for me.
So you got now this obviously isn't note for note. This is happening live. But what I'm hearing is a resolution to the tonic on B and a bend through the flat 3, right? Now he could be pushing on the flat 3, but since this is a major tonality, my gut feeling is that we're just bending the 9 straight through the flat 3 into the 3 and letting it cry and fall straight on that tonic. Now this is a signature 1, 5, 6, 1, and it's got that Jerry bounce to it. So you got now that sounds like little double stops. So So what you're doing here, first finger's on your tonic, pinky on your F sharp. That is your fifth of your B major chord. So that's gonna be your pedal tones. Your pinky's not gonna move. And you're gonna push with your third finger, again, pushing through the 2, past the flat 3, into your major third, and keeping your same major pentatonic vibe, but you have that pedal tone. That you can hear land squarely on the 5, but that pinky's still there.
You thought you was the cool fool.
And that's it. Let's see what else he does.
Please forget you knew my
I think there's 2 leads in here.
my darling. Sugar, shake it, let you know me.
Something like that. Let's listen to it again. But we're getting... We're shooting to go into pattern 4, B major, right? Shooting for a major third and our 5th. And there's a little, which I think is the 6th. Yeah. You know, it could be, there's like a little slide off, but the point is, you're on your major third, whether you're bending up and bringing it down, or but you're still getting 3, 2, 1. Little tag there. So, same basic move. We've just gone to the next position. Now you could be here, or you could be starting from this B, but the point is, grabbing your 9 again, shooting for that major third. 1, 2, 3. Then same tag.
Well, in spite of
Long fall off there. All right, so I believe those are the only leads on the solo or the studio version. So the key takeaway here is, I mean, literally, this is exact. The reason I picked this as the first live deep dive to do is because this approach of doing your simple 1, 2, 3 major melodies as a place to start learning how to connect chord tones is I mean, this is the starting place for learning how to play like this and learning how to improvise over changes. It's why everything I do is based around this, connecting chord tones with basic melodies. This 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right wherever you are. It's just the same thing. It's 1, 2, 3 in each one. And so clearly Jerry is just thinking it's that basic up and down 1, 2, 3 melody. I'm starting in this tonal center. Got this little right there. Then it just jumps up a spot. It's the same basic motif, basic melody, up and down, simple studio version. All right, so now I see some of your requests coming in. Mr. Tonic, there's a new YouTube layout. I wonder if that, I don't even know what that looks like. But, all right, so next one I've pulled up here is, I gotta do this here, is the Sugaree from Winterland 74. So let's pull this up. And now I believe the timestamp was like 1:40. I should have done a better job at this, but that's okay. Let's make this bigger. And let's watch what Jerry does here in 74. Bring it back. You can tell he's a little wobbly in here, but he's clearly starting all the way up here on B, on your 12th fret of your second string. Same deal, shooting for the 9. Let's see where he goes from here. That 6, 1, 1. Interesting thing to note there. Easy to miss and pass by. When you get this little 6 here, that G sharp, when he lands over the E major chord, he plays these two together as a double stop. And that is the major third and fifth of E major. So it's these little tiny moves, right? That if you just know where the chord's coming, you can just spell it out. Staying in the same spot. Shooting for that F sharp, that fifth there, that little snag.
Thought you was the cool fool.
All right, so clearly from the studio version to 74, we're just staying straight on the melody. Nothing crazy is happening yet. I'm seeing a lot of things. people wanted to cook it up. Maui Logic says, just go to 12, 30, 89. Come on. All right, let's do it. I don't know if there's video. Looks like there's a little video. But do we have a timestamp? We'll figure it out. Come on, come on. We'll find the lead.
Just one thing from me.
Exactly. We're learning now.
Please forget you knew my name.
I know the volume's all very different on YouTube.
Shake it,
Find the lead.
shake it, shake it, shake it, Sugaree. Don't tell them you know.
Come on, come on. So that little thing there, right there, like, just that little 3-1. This is a new little move here. All that is, again, 5 into 6, but it's also the 9 and the 3 of E. So, you know, later Jerry, I've touched on this in a bunch of videos, really becomes more of a chord tone player than a key-centered player. That's really what you get from him, you know, deep into the 80s. Like, he really becomes more and more purposeful in playing all the different changes instead of just playing in key. Maui Logic, you want the second jam, huh? You want the heat. You want me to find the heat. All right, all right. Clearly you guys are not being patient with the slow coaxing, right? Let's see if we get it. Volume is so low. All right, little things. I'm gonna put headphones on so I can hear this. Okay, I'm already hearing. So that little move, right? This little blues turnaround here, if you will. Again, it's just expanding on the same melody. Piece of your 3 chord, piece of your 2 chord, piece of your 1 chord, quintessential Jerry, little chromatic thing down, and then back to B here. So something like that. That same spot, back up here. Shooting for that F sharp. was that little run? It's so hard to hear. Maybe he's up here. So it's like, so major third, fourth, major third, second, root. You can see it better down here. So he's just landed in this spot here in pattern 3 and just sussing out that major third. There's your 5th, again, going into the 6th. Okay, the sound is very, very hard to hear. But what's happening here, for all intents and purposes, is he's switching to playing triads, he's doing this fast tremolo picking, and he's just getting all the different chords in different shapes. So you got B major up here, right? And then E major like this, B major, E major like this, B major like this, E major like this, B major like this, and just keeping that. Now I don't think he's not hybrid picking, but he's doing that fast tremolo picking. But the point is we've abandoned single note melodic lines, and we're just hunting our B and E triads in all our little different inversions in our closest moves up here. Yeah. Like that little move right there. I mean, he's way up here. I would probably approach it like this, but he's way up, you can see. But he's shooting for this little dyad, if you will, with your major third and your 5th of B. You can see it here. And then when it gets to the E, right, you're just bringing this, you're bringing that D sharp up to E, and that gives you your 5th and root of E major. So it's just this little lift here. It's so hard to hear. That there's a higher note too, which should make sense if he's all the way up here. Yeah, so getting this like this, that E major triad, but all the way up here. Again, it's just it's just knowing where all your chord tones are and going back and forth between melodic lines, connecting them, and the big triads and dyads, like the pieces of the chords. And he's just committing to the tremolo picking all the way up and down. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so one of our moderators, Mr. Tonic Amps, has given me his pick. So again, if you guys are just tuning in, drop your picks of your favorite Sugaree solo, and it could be Jerry, it could be John, it could be whatever. The idea here is to find some different ideas to play over these basic changes and how they may have changed over the years. All right, so Mr. Tonic, we don't have video. This is from 5/11/77. It says start about 2 minutes in. And so this is on relisten.net. So 5/11/77, Sugaree. I don't know which source he's. How do you speed up this thing? Oh, here we go. Starting on the 4th. Something like that. Love this little move here. Because what this is here is when we're in B, okay? This is 5th root major 3rd. When you're rocking on this E here, you're really just 3, 4, 5ing on this B. But when you do this right there, you're going from A to G sharp. And what is G sharp? Is the 3rd of your E major chord. So it's just this little motif with the first 2 fingers doing the same basic thing. 4 to major 3rd, 4 to major 3rd. Just knowing where your changes are super close. There's that lick. Lick. Oh God, no. Oh Jesus, it doesn't work. Sorry guys. Oh, I'm not good at this. Okay. Clearly, I don't know how to use this version here. Let's just hit the button. Play it. Forgive me. While this is loading, I don't know why it takes so long to load. How you guys doing out there? Is anybody going to be... Oh, here we go. Is anybody going to be at Cornell? Let me know. Those moves that these are just pieces of the chord, right? You're going down B mixolydian, which of course is just E major. So you got a piece, you got the root and major 3rd of B, right? Think of it like this, but you're omitting the 5th. Go down to A, and then 3rd and 5th of E. So, and then he's got this little lick that gets you, I don't know exactly what it is, but it gets you over to B. Let's keep going. Yeah, Phil. What was that? What was that? This is so hard to use. Yeah. No. Those little moves get your major chord, suss it out, do the same thing on B. So hard to use. Let's listen to that whole thing again and just take it in, because I've been doing it a disservice.
thought you was the
You know, he's such a free player. There's such an, okay, let me rephrase that. It's so obvious when he's playing conservatively. Maybe he's out of his mind, or maybe he's just trying to get through it, or like maybe whatever. Every night's different, and they're not all easy, that's for sure. It's so clear when he's playing straight down the line, and when he's just completely just floating and taking all kinds of chances. That Tonic, that's a good pick because he keeps that melodic motif going over and over again, but each variation is a little different. But he also does all that triad stuff. He does the diet, that run. He does the little, all the little chromatic stuff. But the little jumps, like right when you think he's just, the, like up that, then all of a sudden you get that, right? Where you're just like, whoa, what, free fall in time, and then you just land it. That's a good pick. Very hard to start and stop and figure out. I'm so used to the YouTube, like eyes closed, like click, 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 click. One of these days I'm going to open this Vidami in the box here and figure this thing out. All right, so next one I had pulled up here is a video, because video is so helpful, of 7/12/89. Let's pull this up here. Yeah, and I think I had this queued up. Let's go back a little bit and see where we are. Oh yeah, that's right, because he takes a while for him to get into it. So you hear the triad circling. I want everybody to notice what's happening here. All right, you got that but-da-da, 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 right? It's just a triad, and he's just going 1, 2, 3, triplet, 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 and just connecting all the chord shapes. So B like this, like E, B, E, B, E. Right? It's just, that is all it is. Listen, triads are the key to everything. It's why I have so many courses just on triads, because it doesn't matter what genre you're into, it's everything. And it's so simple, because like if you start with the cage system, right? You have 5 shapes of everything. But when you break that down into its smallest thing, what makes a chord is a root, third, and a fifth. It's 3 notes. And when you get in these triplet patterns, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, you're just going to be playing, one of them's going to be the root, one's going to be the third, one of them's going to be the fifth. That's what it is, right? It's what everybody does, whether you're on keyboards or whatever. But the great thing about guitar is, because things are on different strings, if you have 3 strings and 3 notes, there's only 3 ways you can play it. Think about it. Your root's going to be on one string, your third is on the other, and your fifth. So there's only 3 ways you can play anything. Once you get down to this basic understanding of what triads can do, you take this whole neck, and at the end of the day, at any given time, like there's just 3 little pieces that make it what it is. So if it's B major, right? You have a B, D, and F sharp, B, D sharp, F sharp, right? So you have it here like this. That's root position, meaning your B is in the bottom. So it goes root, third, fifth. The next spot you can go up on these string sets is first inversion, third in the bass. So third, fifth root. And the next spot you can go is second inversion or fifth in the bass, and it's just 5, 1, 3, and then you're right back to the top. That's it. There's only 3 of everything. So just knowing that root position B, second inversion E, right? You can go first inversion B, root position E. Second inversion B, first inversion E. That's all he's doing. And just keeping that triplet, 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 triplet. That's it. That's all you got to know to get in here. Same deal. So you got this. So B, there's your triad, and E major triad. Same approach that you saw earlier. Third and fourth, and then this little run going third and fourth over E. But he's seeing B major triad, E major triad, B, E. That's it. And just trying to connect those little structures with melodies in key. And keeping that triplet thing going. Triplet, 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 triplet. Just bunch of little sequences. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right? Yeah, let's see how John does one. So this is, let's see, 4:31 is the timestamp here. This is from 11/24/17. Let's see if I can get into this one. So much slower. All right, so first thing I'll note is that you can tell the style is totally different, and he's really taking his time here, shooting straight for that major third of B, right? And he leans over and he talks to Jeff, and he's kind of tinkering around. But the point is that unlike Jerry, who's very much, for the examples we have chosen so far, he's very much in pattern 3, right? And doing this, right? That zone. John is very much shooting for this spot in here, at least so far. Yeah, so third, fifth, sixth, and remember the sixth all day is the third of E major, right? That's G sharp. Yeah. Much more of a scalular approach than Jerry. Or sorry, much more of an arpeggiated approach than Jerry. Just going straight across the chord. Root, third, fifth, sixth, flat seventh. Really, really just interval hunting here. But that little, there's that little tip of the cap to him, right? That's flat 7, 6/5, walking down. But then, there's his blues background right there. Now, in later Dead and Company, what year is this? 17. You see him do less and less in that. But again, John, like Jerry, and like us all, really, when you start learning, Jerry came from, we all come from a key-centered soloing approach, right? But Jerry's was very much major-based, bluegrass-based, major melody-based. Right here, you get to see John, he's shooting for the third. You see him work through the arpeggio. He knows it's B mixer. He got that little ode, to, nod to Jerry, that little thing. But then he immediately there's that Stevie Ray Vaughan coming out, right? Which was his whole guitar background. So it's fascinating to watch this in segments. Let's keep going. But that move, this little walk down, minor third, major third of B, right? And then right after that, I think he goes like, again, shooting for that G sharp, which is the third of E. Yeah. So, it's so clear that he's like on a new path, but he's still got all his comfortable stuff with him, and he's learning the lingo, if you will. Like, I can totally relate to this. This, like, and you can almost like see in real time. He's like, oh, I've been doing blues stuff. Let me do that. Get to that major pentatonic shape. And there's this. Again, triads. B to E. Yeah. O'Teal's right on it with him. So, again, when I see and hear that, I'm really thinking. Well, I'm trying to imagine what he's thinking, but it's very clear that he's come from this blues background, okay, and that's kind of like his default sensibility of like things resolve there, right? But you can tell, like, the stuff he loves about Jerry is the interval hunting, as I call it. Because he keeps teasing it and then going back to his comfort zone and teasing it, going back to his comfort zone, adding a little bluesiness. But then when you see him, like, really smile and really start hunting it out, it's when he starts, you know. Right? Thinking about the chords, but you're just hunting intervals. You're not doing guitar licks. I can't stress that enough. Like that that is the biggest thing I learned from learning this music is that it's not so much of it, especially later Jerry, and where John kind of took it, is that they're not guitar licks. It's really just knowing where your chords are and where your chord tones are and listening to your ear in the band and just trying to hit them all in a musical way. Like you're just thinking intervals and sound. There is no lick bag from which you're pulling. It's such a different way of playing that I never got until I got into this music. And it's so cool to watch, especially early John do this stuff. I know 17 isn't super early, but earlier than now, because it's so clear that you can watch him say, oh, no, I'm thinking too much. I'm jumping here. I'm thinking too much. What would Jerry do? And then when he finally just starts searching for the one notes at a time, and it's not a lick, it's not a guitar-centric thing, he starts to really settle into his own on it. It's a very cool thing to see. Okay. Yeah, and Oteil, I love Oteil's playing. And no one plays like Phil. I wouldn't even know how to be a bass instructor or even a teacher, whatever. I wouldn't know how to explain to people what Phil does. I don't think like playing the bass equates. You can't just say like Phil plays the bass. Like there's so many spots where no one else would come in, where no one else would resolve. Phil is all over the place in the best way and in just an indescribable way. Every time I listen to something that has good audio and I can really hear Phil, I find myself always just tracking Phil. I'm just like, no one would do that. I don't know. I can't think of a single other person that would do that and tie it in and make it work. Phil's out of control. Yeah, he played lead bass. That's a good way to put it. But at the same time, he's also such a bass player. Like when I think of lead bass, I think like, oh, it's a guitar player that plays bass. Like it's super notey, like they're doing the melody. But there's so many parts. Just like, I don't even know how to describe it, but you know what I mean. Okay, let's find another one here. Let's see what else people have picked. Maui Logic, no, we already did one from you, and I would love to do a Jerry Garcia band one though. Let's see. All right, well, I have another one pulled up here, I think. Did I do this one from 77? I think I did. All right, let's go in the Discord here. Let's see what people are saying. Nothing in the Discord. All right, well, if you guys are just tuning in here, hey, that's a good idea. $45.99 Phil and Friends with Trey. All right, let's do that. While I pull it up, if you guys are just tuning in here, drop a Sugaree solo in here that stands out to you. I'm open to anything. Let's do it. Where did that go? $415.99. $415.99. Phil, Friends, Sugaree. Let's see what comes up here. Well, I'm gonna have to hunt through this bad boy. Let's see if there's someone timestamp me. Come on. Look at that. 150.40. Let's do it. Let's see what we get. 150 mark. All right, Lily. All right. TL, how we doing, baby? What?
Tell them that you know me.
So wait a minute. All right. So are we in? Are we in F now? F mixo? I gotta get my. Not in B flat, right? F mixo.
Get Sugaree. Please don't tell them that you know me.
All right, so Trey is starting in. Let me make this bigger so you can see what I'm doing. So different key. We're now doing Sugaree in F. Okay, so your two chords you're thinking about are F major and B flat major, if you will. So he's starting in F major, pattern 3, right? And then this will be B flat major, pattern 1. And he's coming in, sussing out that major third, 3 and 4, shooting for the tonic. Oh, mother. All right, come on. You got that signature Trey little thing there that. So slick, those microbends. So same basic approach, right? Triplet approach. Triplet, triplet, triplet. Like that, right? And then one thing Trey's doing is he's really taking his time spacing it out, and doing some string skipping, like right? All that, just those little jumps that he does so well. Don't sleep on the thirds and the bass, right? You saw him do this. Sorry. And then this is F major with A in the bass, your third in the bass. Yeah, you don't always have to hunt up. You can hunt down. I love watching him coax it out. So slick. Couple things to point out here. What a contrast to John. So clear that I don't want to speak out of turn here as saying like his background or whatever, but there's not even a hint of bluesiness in here. I mean, it seems to me that wherever he is in his life or however he grew up playing major, grew up playing major melodies. I know he loves blues. We all love all kinds of different music, but there isn't even a little blue tint to this at all, right? He's straight up. Right? And he's keeping that triplet, dun, 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 that pulse underneath, and you can watch his head. He's just like coaxing it out, and you can tell he's so used to playing in this type of band that he's almost like becoming a texture. Like, yes, he's playing lead lines, but it's just like these little pokes through the curtain. Just it's not like this. It's so different than John just going, like. Like just interval hunting. Like he is in the textural fabric of the band in his spots, and it's just so major. It's so major, and all his little peaks, all those little, they're so good. Those that fit your own. Yeah, you know what that is? That is just a phenomenal band player. Like in the band. Like even though you're taking a lead, you can tell he's most interested in serving the whole texture and vibe of the tune as a band. Like he's playing so musically in an ensemble way that it's just these little peaks that pop out. He's not taking you on this lofty hunting for notes, and seeing where you land like Jerry did and John did. Like he's like an interwoven part of the whole fabric. It's a completely different approach. There's no touch of blues. There's almost no touch of those quintessential Jerry, there's little chromatic things and like the different speed up and speed down, of the, where you don't know where it's going to go. It's so controlled. It's so purposeful and tasteful. He meshes really, really well. Tonic has a great idea, and this will be completely different. Tedeschi Trucks Sugaree. So I expect this, again, to be completely blues-centered, right? Slide playing. Derek, he's playing a slide, so I imagine he's not going to be keeping that, triplet triad thing that everybody else has kind of done up to this point. Great idea. All right, 3, 26, 22. Tedeschi Trucks. Let's see what we get here. All right. Is this the best version? Yeah, they're all fan names. All right, starts right about at the very beginning of it. All right, let's see what best guitar player in the world has to say. Yeah, right away. I mean, blues. We're back in B now, ladies and gentlemen, and he's just coming in on B, minor third. Man, do I have a lot of effects on? I don't like that. Oh, jeez, wrong screen. Playing without the slide right now. Mixing major and minor. yeah. A little nod to BB King there. Dude, there's a reason that every guitar player has the same face when they watch Derek. He is just, you know my feelings on it. He's the greatest living electric guitar player. But it's so key-centered. It's so bluesy, but yet there's all the little microtones which give you that major inflection. There's so much of everything in it. But I love that it's just, he comes from that blues place, right? Where the exact opposite of what you saw Mayer do, okay? These are licks, right? You're in a zone and it's a like it's vocal. It's 100% vocal. That's what makes Derek Derek, is that he sounds like an 80-year-old black gospel singer. Like it's all vocal. And that's where all those little inflections come into play, where you're mixing major and minor. But then, just out of nowhere, just that so strong. Like what a nod to BB King. Love those chord grabs. Oh, I love it so much. So these little grabs here, you know, these triads going by, B, A, E. In whatever territory you happen to be. But again, key-centered blues-based soloing, but all the nuance, like you can get it. Like let's say we're starting like where Jerry started, like from the album, right? This is our B, this is our 1, 2, 3 major melody line, 5th, 6th, flat 7, 1. The thing that Derek does so well, and I love that you found one where he's not doing it with slide, where he's doing it with his fingers, is that you don't have to switch to that blues shape to get those little blue hues, right? You can do right? You can just push around on those minor thirds, and you can stay feeling like it's major, right? And just no one does it better than Derek. No one does it better than Derek, in my opinion. All right, I think I'm going to call it here. My friends, thank you so much for tuning in here. This has been fun. If you dig these live deep dive things, please let me know. Drop it in the comments. And thank you so much for tuning in this Friday. If you didn't see it, I'm doing a live stream sale thing, which I don't normally do, but I'm trying it. If you want to get a discount on a GuitarGate membership, if you've been on the fence, you kind of dig the vibe, use the code Sugaree. You can get 40% off just for today. That's my little plug. Basically, key takeaways here. You know, if you listen to the recorded version, you know, that the Dead put out first, it is 1, 2, 3 major melodies. That's the motif. Bam. As you hear Jerry get older and more mature in his playing, you hear the double stops come in, you hear the little chord tones, little pieces of chord tone soloing come in, and the biggest thing that you get, in my opinion, is you start getting that. It's very clear at some point in his playing guitar, he started to borrow from the banjo world and start doing those triads everywhere as rhythm parts and filling in those triplets, right? That but-da-da, or just, tremolo picking, but you're just following the triads and the chord tones. You're following big moving chord shapes around the neck. So that really became, it seems like a staple. And then later, like late in the 80s, that's my favorite kind of Jerry playing, because it's so clear that he's been such a studied, practiced musician for so many decades now, that he's got so many different approaches. And when he flies, then there's so many, all those, like, that is just something that there's a freedom there that I just don't hear anyone do with that fearlessness, and then land it. It's that interval hunting with fearlessness where you can even remove yourself from the tempo and go way ahead and way behind and just find a way to stick it. I love that stuff. And then when you see John do it, I implore you all to try to look through the lens of that we're all developing constantly. That's the key takeaway. Early Jerry, mid Jerry, late Jerry. You see early John, leaning on the blues stuff, coming back to it. But then when you see him start to just interval hunt and let it sing one note at a time, and just search for those major thirds and just let it ring out, that's when you see the smile come to his face. You see him start to get it, and so like now, like that's what you see all over the place. Now that he's kind of figured his lane out in that, you'll see him, do more of the nods to Jerry and more of the chromatic stuff, but it's that fearless interval hunting and not knowing where you're going to end up that I put in that realm. Trey, at least the version I saw, I forget what year that was, late 90s, it was very clear that he was dialed in as a member of the band. I mean, just not a hint of blues, not a hint of a vocal nature to the lead lines, just interwoven in the fabric of the band. Such a different approach. Very, very cool to see. Definitely settled into those, triads and the triplet thing there. Just really a part of the band, and he just gave you little flashes of a flashlight, those little micro bands to like let you know, that he's driving the bus, but it's like it's very clear his commitment is to be in this, right? And then Derek, completely different approach. I mean, it's the reason we all love Derek. It's like it's the band's turn, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, comes this just key-centered, swampy gospel vocal part, that sounds so human and so emotional, mixes major and minor, and it's with just fearless attack, completely taking over the output of the band, like Miles Davis style, like you have this foundation here, and then you're just cruising up here. You're just cruising in a vocal way. Wildly different approaches. So I hope you found this video entertaining and useful. I encourage you, if you do nothing else, just keep this thing out, keep it in your hands, and just remember that we're all on this path together. You're not like bad or good, or you never want to feel settled. If you take anything away from this video, it's that we're all on a progression and constantly learning and changing. And so try to view learning the guitar, learning music through that lens about how players change over time and how it's okay for you to change over time. And that's it, my friends. I love you all so much, and take care. Be safe out there. Cheers.